tech people, not just tech leaders, love technology. And that passion for technology could be a trap. So how do you pick the best technology? You have all these amazing things happening. How do you pick the best technology for the businesses?
I'm very wary of what I call CV-driven development. There's quite a drive for quite often you find engineers will go, well, here's the shiny technology. I'd love to learn that shiny technology. I'll find a way of cramming it into my current work. Oh yes, we should definitely use this latest framework. The framework we're using at the moment is 5 years old. It's out of date. We need to move on to them. You've really got to understand what are the benefits of moving, what's the costs of moving, and what's the payback time, if any, in doing that. It's very easy to spend your whole life refactoring, re-engineering as you move on and on and on. On the other hand, you don't want to get stuck in an ancient technology that's becoming hard to use and is being massively outpaced by technology. So it's very easy to look at what the FAANG companies are doing and go, oh, Facebook are using this technology. We should definitely use that. Well, you don't have 1 billion users all talking to each other. If you've got hundreds of thousands of users, then you're probably doing quite well. So you have a different scale of problems, and be careful about using big, heavy hammers to crack a small nut. From the team perspective, do you have the skills now? How easy is it for your current team to get across those skills? How easy is it to hire new team members when that comes? And if you're adding a technology to your stack, then you're adding a row to your job spec. I had a case early in my leadership career where we had a web developer that had more or less been given his own head for a few years. And when we came to hire his replacement, we looked at the technology requirements. And it was basically every web framework that had been mentioned for the last 7 years. Every page was written in a different technology because it was CV-driven development. And you've got to be careful every time you add a technology to your tech stack. That's harder to hire for, harder to onboard and train for. So you've really got to try and keep that tech stack and fit for purpose. There was I think Abraham Lincoln's attributed a quote, if you give me 6 hours to chop down a tree, I'll spend the first 4 hours sharpening the axe. And the idea of that is you should hone your skill set and get really good with your tools before you start trying to do anything with them. And I think that's very true, except if someone's going to come along this afternoon with a chainsaw. And I think that's the situation we find ourselves in with AI, where stuff is moving so quick. With something like Java, it's still worth becoming a real Java expert because it's still a current technology. It's still a perfectly sensible choice for building applications with. So it's worth getting really good at that and really understanding that, because those guys are worth their weight in gold. With AI, if you get you're really focused on the current technology, by the time you've learned that, there's 2 or 3 other generations come out. So you've really just got to get in with that technology and just use what's there. You're not going to have time to become an absolute expert. You need to get in with what's there, make it useful, and move on, and be able to grab the next thing as it comes. So probably abstracting the precise technology you're using, wrapping your application around that, and then just iterating that technology as it evolves from outside your business, and allowing you to update that very quickly. So there's sort of two approaches there. One is the core technologies that have been here or are going to be here for a while, get really good at those. And the stuff that's just moving past so fast, jump on the train and don't get left behind digging deeply into any one particular technology.